He's now raised $98 million for ThoroughPass, but it wasn't always that easy. Listen to how he shut down his former company.
Came back from a failed Series A fundraising trip to the Bay. The right thing to do is to make sure we take care of all of the employees and give the rest of the money back to the investors.
You're in a tough spot right now. You're not alone. He's been there, but in a short time later, he started another company, ThoroughPass, and listen to how they hit product market fit.
Can't wait to present their product, do a big demo, like, hey, and then ask the question, like, do you like this? Would you pay for this? Is this helpful? That's not a very helpful question, because people would, they don't want to embarrass you directly, they want to be nice, right? So the right way to discover product market fit is to observe people's workflow and to really understand what the pain point is.
Make sure that you're being intellectually honest with your research. We all have confirmation bias, and even the people that we're interviewing, as we show them our MVPs, they want to confirm that what we're working on is the right thing. Do not start scaling until you hit product market fit. Boom. We're on a mission to help founders hit product market fit faster. We do this by interviewing founders that have been there. I'm your host, Adam O'Donnell. This podcast is put together by Zendesk for startups. We offer 6 months free of Zendesk customer support suite for qualified product-oriented companies. Sam, welcome to Sit Down Startup Founder Podcast. Super excited to have you here and share those early moments around hitting product market fit at ThoroughPass, and also just your experience as a founder in general. But first, just for anyone who doesn't know ThoroughPass, can you just let us know how many employees you have, how much money you've raised, just to kind of put things in perspective?
Adam, great to be here. Really glad to be talking about my experience. So we're ThoroughPass, founded about 5 years ago. I'm Sam, co-founder and CEO of ThoroughPass. Until April this year, we were known as Laika, so you may know us was our prior name. We decided to rebrand in April. So we are a IT compliance as a service company. We provide solutions for growing technology businesses to help them set up, maintain, and demonstrate their information security compliance program, helping them go through a variety of different audit and certifications, such as SOC 2, HIPAA, HITRUST, ISO 27001, GDPR. If you're not familiar with any of those acronyms, no problem. Check out our website. And we're about 200 people. We raised Series C last year, headquartered in New York.
Wow. And what's your total funding? I see it on Crunchbase, but I'm curious if you're sharing that.
We raised $98 million total to date.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
a necessary evil in running startups, but it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We've had some interesting episodes around just that concept, but if you would first take us into your journey before you get to the $100 million raise, I know it wasn't always up and to the right. Can you share a low moment that you had in your journey as a founder?
Yeah. So ThoroughPass is my second company. Before ThoroughPass, I was the CTO and co-founder of an insurtech company called Zinc Platform, which I started with a business school classmate out of HBS. So that was a insurance API platform, and the concept is, you can check out these days you can buy things online, and you can check out with a tool like a firm, right, to basically taking out a loan at point of sale. And the idea is we do the same thing for product insurance. If you buy a piece of jewelry, bicycle, musical instrument, all the way until cars and houses, we inject the insurance experience at the point of sale. So it was a great idea. I really love it. We did Y Combinator. We raised a seed round, and we're kind of chugging along. In fact, I dropped out of Harvard Business School to work on that in New York for a year. But like many startups, and this was my first company, made a lot of rookie mistakes, scale before hitting product market fit, being a little bit too naive in the capital market, and making a lot of tactical mistakes. And in 2018, one day, look at the balance sheet, talk to existing investors. We just came back from a failed Series A fundraising trip to the Bay, and we're like, you know what? Like, the right thing to do is to make sure we take care of all of the employees and give the rest of the money back to the investors. So that's what we did. We gathered the group in, I think it was a Tuesday morning in our office, like, hey, we have to make the hard decision in here to wind down the company. We'll take care of everybody. But we love the business idea, but we're not going to make it this time. That was a very kind of eye-opening moment, right? Because if you live in sort of the venture tech crunch la la land, right, without actually doing it, you only see the good news as a very selected group of information that made it to the media. But it's those hard moments that make you think that, hey, one, there are people's livelihood on your business, no matter how small it is, but also like you really have to know what you're doing and make the right decisions for the company. So the good news is the venture community is pretty forgiving. Gave me a chance to do it again, and this time we're doing a little bit better.
Man, thank you so much for sharing that. I can only imagine. Could you take us into like how you were actually feeling right before you go and announce to the team?
Yeah. One, it was a hard decision. I think, we after a very exhausting fundraising exercise, right? I think we still love the idea. We have just done a pivot, right? The new product is doing better than the old one, but it's getting to a point where we're going to truly run out of money and won't be able to pay severance for our people, right? Even if we have to do a hard wind down, and we just don't feel authentic to continue to grow and be able to look at folks in the eyes and continue to tell them that we should keep working on this. So we did a little bit of exploration on selling the assets and selling the technology that we build. But the first thing we want to do is to alert all of our investors as well as taking care of the employees. So it was a hard moment. Look, I was not one of those entrepreneurs who like take a loan or not pay myself, live in parents' garage situation, right? So there's no like real like livelihood challenges for me, but it's just the first time I feel real world responsibility as an entrepreneur, and I want to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and people don't lose their jobs, or the investors don't lose their money due to bad decisions that I made.
I love that. Well, there's two things I wanted to unpack. Is there's just like an advice that is consistent around founders, which is just like persistence, keep going. And how did you weigh that with the reality of where you were?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think, we're kind of indulged in a culture that, promotes resilience and, keep going, which I agree with in the broad scheme of things, right? You should not stop trying to live a successful life. You should not stop trying to become, to do great things and, be successful in business. But that doesn't mean you should necessarily keep going on what your current idea, your current trajectory. And if I learned one thing as a startup founder, sometimes the market, the vertical that you picked trumps the execution or kind of the drive, right? It's like there are certain ideas that are just not as good, certain market that doesn't have the dynamic that others have. So knowing when to stop, knowing when to give up, and knowing when to give up a particular idea, and knowing when to take care of yourself is very important.
I bet. Is there a piece of advice that you would tell yourself right as you were making that decision, knowing what you know now?
Yeah, I think there were red herrings or different signals that both financially and from results that we have seen preliminary results that where we should have pivoted sooner. We should have been more intellectually honest on bad results, or we didn't hit product market fit, but we pretended we did, and just hired a sales team because the founders couldn't do the sales, right? Like that's like pretty. If you think about it, hindsight 2020, these were pretty basic mistakes, but for first time entrepreneurs in it, it's a little bit hard to see. So I would just ask myself to be more intellectually honest about things that you learned. Don't be afraid to change course or pivot, make personnel changes, because it's going to be worse if you do it too late and you will run out of time.
That is amazing. Well, before we get into the market fit comparison, you have an amazing story of knowing what it's like and knowing what you thought it was, but it actually wasn't. Can you help us with the aftermath? So how long was it after you shut down the company? How long did that take? And then what did you do until you started ThoroPass?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So, we had that conversation, I think it was in, March or April that year. we paid everybody severance, and then we started, we tried to sell our asset, which we, end up did find and acquire. And then we tally up all the capital that is left in the bank. So we have a lot of angel investors as well as institutions. So me and my co-founder, we actually went to the post office to money order like maybe 30 checks and send it to different individuals. There are certain people who, we returned 4 cents on the dollar. So they're angel investors who invested 10K and they got $400 back. But it was the right thing to do. And then very luckily, so during that process, after being passed on many venture capital firms, right? Bain Capital Ventures, which is a awesome fund. They have a big New York office. Matt Harris is the partner. It's like, hey, I really like your ideas. The traction is not there for us to do the round, but in the off chance that the business doesn't work out, we'd love you guys to come, and we have a EIR, Entrepreneur in Residence program here at Bain Capital Ventures. So that's what I did, and I spent a year there. Basically, I like to joke. I went to their office, I drink their coffee, I eat their snacks, and I think about startup ideas. So that was a nice kind of 6 to 12 months period thinking about new ideas, and eventually came with the idea of ThoroPass. I was the CTO at my last company. We went through a SOC 2 audit that was an awful experience. A lot of hours, time, money wasted on that process. There's no good tools or good service to get this. Yet every B2B startup, fintech, health tech need compliance, need information security and privacy programs in order to mature and continue to grow. So the genesis came from inspiration from Carta, JustWorks, Pilot. Can we turn this very mundane, human-heavy experience into a subscribable software business, which is the idea of ThoroPass. In some sense, my failed entrepreneurial experience, but also a startup operator experience, gave me visibility into this pain point, which became ThoroPass today.
Wow. That is such a full cycle thing. And I hope that speaks to anyone who's making that decision right now, feeling like it's the end of the world, but realizing it's actually just the beginning of maybe the right thing that you should be on.
I mean, I think that's the beauty of the venture ecosystem that we're in. As long as you're responsible, you're genuine, you take care of people and people's money, they're willing to try twice, they're willing to try more times. And a lot of those entrepreneurial ups and downs, as you have experienced as well, it's very hard to learn in a classroom. So, second time, serial entrepreneur, being a serial entrepreneur is a bless in many cases.
That's really cool. Well, for all the founders that are beginning to hit product market fit or think that they are, and maybe they're way far off, could you tell us about what it was like at ThoroPass when you actually hit product market fit?
I mean, it was a great feeling when you sort of know it when you see it. But if I have to summarize, I think it's really when you have real customers paying for your product that is scalable, right? So which we didn't have in my first company. But for ThoroPass, it became very clear early that we have people who are willing to pay for the product, knowing that back in the days the software is early, knowing that this is a brand new startup, yet they're still willing to pay for the product. That says a lot, right? And that's in fact how we raised our Series A. Canopy Venture led our Series A, and we're very close with the partner Jeff Raymond there. And he preempted our round and was like, hey, I'm casually sending you 5 referrals, and a month later you told me you closed 4 of them. There's something there, right? So I think at the end of the day, the commercial traction is really a proof point, but you can also fake it by offering consulting projects or doing 5 different things for 5 different customers. If you found yourself your product can satisfy multiple customers in a certain vertical, and that people who are not founders, or in our case, all 3 co-founders that we have are able to sell. Like, these are all early signs of product market fit.
That's amazing. Is there a conversation you could share with us that represented like that you walked out of with a customer and you're like, this is it, like we're there, we're onto it?
That's a great question. So I think one mistake that people tend to do is they can't wait to present their product, do a big demo, like hey, and then ask a question like, do you like this? Would you pay for this? Or like is this helpful? That's not a very helpful question because people would they don't want to embarrass you directly. They want to be nice, right? So the right way to discover product market fit is to observe people's workflow and to really understand what the pain point is, right? And then before you present your solution. So
Mm.
that's usually a pretty good way to discover product market fit, right? Some other tactics like you can put up a wait list or a landing page describing your solution right before you even build it and see if there are people who organically sign up for the wait list. You can see if there are similar solutions but offered as a separate feature in a different solution that are getting a lot of traction by themselves. Like there are different ways to do it, but the key here is you just really need to be very honest about what you're able to find, right? If it's not there, it's not there, right? It's just not something that you can fake. And I would argue the whole point of raising a seed round and definitely pre-seed is to prove out product market fit, save the go-to-market flywheel for later rounds, and do the unscalables, find the product market fit, find the true user pain point before you hit scale, and don't worry about anything else. You don't need to have the best slides. You don't need to have the best website in that early stage, because these will all come after you hit the product market fit, which is a magical moment.
Mm. That is really interesting. What were some of the ways that you falsely justified that you had product market fit in your previous company? Because y'all are really smart people, and yet you kind of convinced yourself of something that wasn't happening.
Yeah, that's a great question. We gave out our product for free or near free, and then there's no engagement on the product, but we sign up a lot of customers. That's kind of one way to fake it, right? They call it vanity metrics, or we force our friends to use it, right? Another genre of it is you offer really bespoke consulting experience, and then yes, you racked up $500,000 of consulting fee because you are a great machine learning engineers and you build custom solutions for each of your clients. Great, you just built a wonderful consulting business, but you have not built a successful SaaS company, right? And obviously different industries have different metrics that you care about, but paying and growing paying customers is usually a good judge for this.
That is really good. Well, are there any other like potholes that you could imagine that would be helpful to share with people as they're in that journey?
Yeah, I think it's very important to be conscious and intentional on how you spend your time, which I was not very good at for my last company, and for this one, every stage is different, so I need to continue to learn how to do that, right? As I mentioned at the beginning, finding product market fit is the most important thing, if not the only thing, right? So, and that requires you to be very resourceful to find people who's willing to pilot, to do a lot of research, to talk to people, and then once you hit product market fit and you're scaling, right, it becomes how to build the go-to-market machine, the marketing, how to scale engineering and product on the back end. How to make sure you have some level of financial control, invest in compliance, and make sure things are secure. Like those things becomes important, which you cannot do them all. Therefore, you have to focus on people recruiting, people management, and also on the flip side of recruiting is making sure that people are performing well and make necessary changes when needed. Very different skill set from finding product market fit. And then, once it scales, the skill set changes again. Historically, the venture community, they basically just swap people, right? It's like, oh, the CEO is an early stage CEO. Now we need a professional CEO, right? I think the community has become much more entrepreneur friendly these days, right? We have seen more kind of founder CEO going all the way until going public. But they have to be very conscious that it's a different skill set. It's a very different skill set, and they need to be ready to make changes. And we see the people who are most adaptable become most successful, and people who are less so. They can very well do the best in the stage that makes sense. But then they need to realize their own strengths and weaknesses and look for help. Look for kind of the next level of leaders to help them out.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. I think the last question is, what is your superpower as a co-founder, as a CEO?
That's a great question. So I was told that I'm pretty good at, and I enjoy sort of framework thinking, right? Trying to explain complex concepts in a way that's tailored towards the audience, which is a interesting skill. I love teaching. I love communication, and that's what I enjoy doing, which is important founder trait. I also really like to tinker ideas, right? There are industries and that's partially driven by 1 year at Bain Capital doing nothing but thinking about different ideas. Oh, I saw a pharmacy in the street. Maybe we can do something there. I saw this. I'm having this pain point as a consumer at home. Maybe there's something there. And that level of curiosity is important when you're looking for a startup idea. It's also very important when you are building a startup, right? There are a lot of tangential fields that people get into that requires that level of creativity that sparks. Oh, I saw XYZ company that is not in our current ICP, but could potentially use our solution. Maybe we should tweak it for that industry. Like these kind of things, and be very curious and open to recurring exercise, I think is something I'm pretty good at.
That's great. Well, Sam, thank you so much for your time. This has been amazing.
It's great. Glad to be here, and thank you, Adam.
Thank you for listening. If you want to learn more about Zendesk for Startups, check out our website, zendesk.com/startups. Also, we're always looking to improve, so don't hesitate to email me with any feedback on how we can ask better questions, guess the target, or anything else so we can do to better help you as a founder. My email is adam.o'donnell@zendesk.com.